Welcome back. And yes, I did purchase a lot of Kaboom, specifically of the rookie quarterbacks of the 2024 NFL draft class. And no, I didn't spend thousands of dollars. I didn't even spend tens of thousands of dollars. And I bought 14 of them. Yes, in fact, for all 14, I spent a total of $1,635. That's about, what is that? 100 I'm doing the math in my head, $130 per NFT Kaboom rookie card. It's crazy. But what's more crazy is when you learn that the scarcity of these sports card NFT versions is almost 10 times as scarce than the Gem Mint 10 population. So I'm getting a lot more for a lot less. Again, if you've watched these videos, this seems to be a theme. Hopefully, you're starting to catch on and be a little interested, because I think this is really the coolest way to collect sports cards in the modern world. And I'm just trying to expose it more to the collectors who might be spending $1,600 on a Drake May PSA 10 when they can buy it like I did for $150 or in some cases $90. So if we take a quick look at this, the first thing you see are two JJ McCarthy's. Yes, I bought two of the verticals. Number 24 of 25 and 21 of 25. I spent $150 each. Now, the circulation, again, is 25. It will never go up. Yes, it will never go up. It's minted 25. Whereas the PSA 10 population currently for the horizontal, and the reason I'm going horizontal is because in the physical world, the vertical is very rare. I looked at the PSA 10 population for the vertical. JJ McCarthy had the highest. It was about 17. Now, and those cards are going in the, 6 to 10 to 15,000. So we're going to stay away from that. I think we're just going to stick with the horizontal variation. I think that will give a clear enough picture of what I'm trying to get across, or at least what I get across to myself as a collector. And if it resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, it's all good. So the current horizontal PSA 10 population of the JJ McCarthy is 85. There haven't been that many recent sales. He's one of the lowest when it comes to PSA 10 population for the Kaboom. That's probably why. But the most recent sale was $2,250. I purchased both these for $150 each, and they're about 3 times as scarce already as the PSA 10 that just sold for $2,250. For Drake May, I purchased this particular NFT for $150. The current PSA 10 population of the Drake May horizontal is 215. So there's 215 of the horizontal PSA 10s floating around, and they're still garnering between $1,400 and $1,900 and some change. The most recent sale auction, I only deal with auctions, the most recent eBay auction actually selling for $1,914. And that was about a week ago. So I purchased this one for $150. It has 8 to 9 times more the scarcity of the horizontal, currently selling for, let's call it $1,600. So I like that. With Michael Penix, I own 3. Yes, I own 3. I can explain. I know everyone is a little iffy on Michael Penix, not because of his talent, not because the city isn't loving him, the team, everybody's not behind him hoping he hands out, because his quarterback rookie class is just so exciting. And the excitement they're bringing not only to the teams and the cities, but the NFL is just awesome. Like, the NFL needed these guys, right? A little bit. How long can we just wait for the battle between Mahomes and Josh Allen every playoffs? Hopefully Joe Burrow comes back. Into it. The NFL is just going to be electric if all these guys can perform. Let's move on. I bought 3 of these. One came up for $70. I was like, okay, 70. I made another offer for 70, thinking, let's check the floor. Let's see if anyone else wants to sell for 70. Someone did. I was a little shocked. I was like, okay, I guess I didn't get the best deal. Maybe I could have asked for 65, 60, whatever. I don't want to disrespect Mr. Penix Jr. So 70 was fine. Then I did 70. Is 3 times the charm? Nope. No one bid for 70. 75, that extra $5 did it, because I got the third one for 75. If he plays well or does, sell 1 or 2 and maybe just keep one and tuck it away in my personal collection. That was kind of the general thought. But the PSA 10 population of the horizontal Michael Penix is 204. These were selling on eBay auction anywhere from like 1100 to the 1400s ish range. We'll call it 1,175. So if you want to get the physical version, PSA 10, that's not as scarce. This one's actually 8 times more scarce. The sports card NFT version, you're going to pay 1,175 in total for these. I paid, was it 210? 210. Moving on. Bo Nix got two of them. Two of them again. I bought the first one for $150. The second one was like, that was easy. What about 125? Okay, 125 it was. I got the second one, 125. Tried it again. At that point, the collectors who didn't really want that card, it had left their hands, and the people who did kind of held on to it. So I was like, all right, I'm happy with my two. I mean, how crazy! 14's enough. 14 is enough. Like I could have easily gone to 25, and I had to stop myself. I had to stop myself and say, no more. The PSA 10 population of Bo Nix is 200 flat even, makes things easy. This particular sports card NFT version is 8 times more scarce. They are selling for anywhere from $1,750 to $1,949. There's quite a few sales. Let's take the whatever, 1,800. Take the lower than half. Who cares? 1,800. I mean, we're already talking crazy higher numbers for crazy lower scarcity. So who cares? I'm cool with it. I'm making my point. I think if you're here this long, you're kind of thinking, okay, I get what he's going. This is very interesting. He's onto something, a couple $100 here and there. It actually doesn't even, which is crazy. It doesn't even matter because these numbers are so up here and the scarcity is so down here compared, whatever. I'm just rambling at this point. All right, now here's the horizontals. Again, these are of 25. So what the blockchain does is the horizontal and the vertical silver, those are each of 25. Then there's a gold version. There's a gold vertical and a gold horizontal. Those are each of 10. Now, I don't own any of the 10. Of course, they go for more money. But again, if I did the same breakdown of this compared to the actual vertical or the actual gold would be tough because those are actually numbered to 10. So having a PSA 10 population of 2 of those makes sense. But I can guarantee that if I did the same of 10 with the current vertical, which would probably be more apples to apples, it would be shockingly the same. Instead of paying $8,000 for a physical Gem Mint 10 with the same scarcity, you're paying $500. Something like that. I don't take my word for it, but generally speaking, I think that's what we'd find out. But I bought this Michael Penix for the horizontal for $65. I bought the Drake May for $135. I got it when it first came out. The hype was buzzing. People were grabbing them. I think there was only 5 in circulation. Probably jumped the gun a little because I got the second one for $90. I don't know that you'll see them under $100 at this point. The JJ McCarthy horizontal of $25. I bought for, the Bo Nix was $75 and the JJ was $100. So my idea of around the horizontal was these are $100 sports cards. These are $100 sports cards. So if I could get them even below or even at or around $100, that's fun to have. I don't foresee these guys dropping to where these are the Kaboom rookies are under $100. I just don't. But maybe I'm living in bizarro world. So that's the 14. This is my collection. 14. Now, real fast, I'm going to sum it up with this. I paid $1,635 for all 14 of these. The physical variation, the horizontal Gem Mint 10, if I was to total up all of these 14 cards that we just went over, even though these are more scarce, I'm going to total them up. It would have cost me $24,900 to have the same collection I do, PSA 10 horizontal Gem Mint 10s. Now, what would you rather have? What makes more sense to you? Now, I know a lot of you are still looking at me like I'm crazy, dealing in digital world with, these sports card NFTs and, all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, the one thing you'll know for certain, there's only going to be 25 of these. There's only going to be 25 of these. You don't know that in the PSA 10 world. You don't. You're going to put $1,600 into 14 of the best rookie quarterbacks we've seen in a while, kind of spread it around and enjoy collecting all of them. Or are you going to choose one and hope that that one either pans out or that the PSA 10 population doesn't keep jumping up so that your card is less scarce, therefore it might be worth less money. It's tough to tell. And and the one thing I'm going to come back to, because I skipped it, went right over Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, he has a low PSA 10 pop of 33. Why? I don't know. I don't know why that's so low. His PSA 9 pop was huge. It was like 180 or something. And this PSA 10 is 33. I thought that was weird. But what's not weird in the grading world? It all blows my mind. So there are two recent sales because they're probably so scarce, only two, for 3,200 and 3,300. We'll call it an even. That makes it easy. 3,250. Scarcity, we'll say, okay, apples to apples, 33 to 25. I paid $225 for this card, and the Gem Mint 10 sold on average for 3,250. So what would you rather have? Would you rather pay the $225 just because you want to have that Kaboom Caleb Williams in your collection that you can't afford unless you pay over $3,000 for it? Can you warm up to the digital version at all knowing that? I don't know. I mean, it takes some time. I get it. Didn't take me much time. This particular platform kind of had everything I was looking for as a collector. But I hope these videos find you well. I'm just trying to shed more light on this because I know there's a lot of frustrated collectors out there. I was one when I was getting back into collecting, trying to understand there's no transparency to the population, the grading system. I'm seeing videos of people openly cracking 8s and 9s and resubmitting them and getting 10s. So what happens to the PSA number population for 8s and 9s? And how is it so easy to get 10s when they just told you it was a 9? It all, I mean, I could spiral out of control with this, whereas this is very clean and simple. Here's how many were minted. Go have fun and collect. So if you like this content, please subscribe, please like, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.